Hi, I want to open today with just a quick question for everyone. I want you all to reflect on a time where you've been envious of another person in some way, whether it be, literally wanting a feature they have, being jealous of maybe a skill that they have, a physical trait, or maybe not even just being envious as just longing. As a girl, I know I've felt that a lot. The longing to like, oh man, I wish my face looked like hers. I wish I had hair like hers. I wish I had a body like hers. I want you to reflect for a second on that time, on a time you can think of where you longed to be like someone else. And I want to take a step back and point out that I'm certain every one of you was able to think of something, maybe not a particular incident, but you all definitely know what I'm talking about. And the crazy issue with all of that is that it so clearly demonstrates that every one of us has something desired in someone else. In spite of the things that we're insecure about, someone else has looked at you and thought, "Man, I wish I had that." I guarantee it. It's crazy, and it's hard because I mean, no one that I know walks around thinking, "Oh, I'm so awesome. I'm so beautiful. Everyone wants to be like me." But yet I walk around and I look at my friends and people that I see and I think, wow, you are so special. I wish I was more like you. And it doesn't need to be a thing of like, oh, I don't like myself. I want to be like you. But we all see traits in other people that we think are, special and cool and pretty, whatever. And the reason I'm talking about this is that when I was younger and I would look at other girls, like for example, when I was in high school, I used to do this thing. And this is gonna get to be a bit of a heavy topic, just a warning, but I used to do this thing where I would look around, for example, in the choir room, which was my biggest class, and it was all girls. And I would look around and I would think, oh man, I have the biggest thighs in this entire room. Oh my gosh, I wish I had her thighs. I wish I had a thigh gap. That girl's so skinny she can sit like Indian style up in her chair. I would do that all the time. Like I would look around and think every girl in this room is prettier than me. And that was a very different way of looking at things than I do now. But it took years of having these like really severe insecurities in myself to realize that I have something to offer as well. But anyway, going forward, after high school, I became a hairstylist and I started kind of feeling a little more confident in myself and, trying to lean into this more accepting state of being where I accepted the way that I am and I wanted other people to accept themselves for the way that they are. So, as a hairstylist, I used to do prom hair and makeup, and I really loved that because it was so much more fun than doing bridal hair and makeup. I will tell you that. Brides are stressed out, they are particular, and they have very, very high expectations. And I will tell you, sometimes the picture you've pinned on Pinterest is extensions, it's a wig, it's not real. Off topic. But anyway, doing prom makeup and prom hair is super fun because girls going to prom are just super excited. Like, oh my gosh, I'm getting my hair done. I have this super pretty dress to wear. Super fun. But one thing that I struggled with as a fellow woman was when I would be doing someone's hair and makeup, they come in without makeup on and they come in without their hair done and you get to see, what a person looks like every day. And what I struggled with was these girls, these 17-year-old girls, 18-year-old girls going to prom would sit in my chair and they would look up and they would say, when they looked in the mirror, they would say, oh my gosh, I look awful. Like, is that what my skin looks like? They would say, oh, I hate not having mascara on. I hate not having my skin cleaned up and like having makeup on. They could not stand not having makeup on. And it killed me Because my first instinct was, oh my gosh, these girls are beautiful. Like this one girl, I remember she had freckles, and I thought she was the prettiest thing ever. She had like gorgeous blonde hair and these big eyes and really pretty skin and a lot of freckles and like I said, light blonde hair and freckles. She was really unique and beautiful. And she looked in the mirror and she goes, "Oh, I hate not having my freckles covered. Like, oh, I hate my freckles." And it like killed me because all I had been thinking is, "Oh my gosh, this girl is so cute." And um, when I take a step back and reflect, I think I was even more insecure than that when I was her age, going out without makeup on and like getting my hair done, that kind of thing. I would have been even more insecure at the time. And I still struggle with insecurities. But that really like was a humbling and like kind of eye-opening moment for me to sit with a girl who, was younger than myself and see her look in the mirror and just rag on herself, like list all these things. And every girl did it. I swear, almost every girl that I had that came in without makeup on to get her hair and makeup done for prom was so insecure about herself. And like I said, I was like thinking, wow, this girl is gorgeous. Her skin is so pretty. Her hair is so cute. And this is just the way she looks. Like it was 100% natural. And as a girl, I've been told by my friends, "Oh my gosh, you look so cute," every once in a while, And my girlfriends that I have still from high school and from when I was younger, we're like that. We support each other and we always are like, "Oh my gosh, you look so good. Like good luck on your interview. How are things going?" Like we're just, we support each other. And when my friends tell me something really raw and honest about my physical appearance, I immediately have this instinct to reject it. Like if my friend tells me, "Oh, I love your hair," I'm just like, "Do you really? Like really?" And then they'll tell me like, "Oh, your skin is so nice." I'll be like, "Really? Are you sure?" Like that's the first thing I as a woman do when someone gives me a compliment, even though I know that when I give out a compliment, it's completely genuine. Like I don't tell people compliments lightly. And sometimes I even think of things and I don't say them. So that just goes to show that if I thought something and I saw something in you and I actually speak it, like I mean it. I really do. But then when it's on the flip side and someone else says something to me, like even like a compliment about me as a person, like about my personality, my first instinct is, "You don't really think that, do you? Like, do you really feel that way about me?" And it's insane. Like, how silly is that we do that? And I think that a lot of people do that. And I guess what my overall point here is like there's something special about you. And I know that as a little girl growing up in the US, I was told a lot when I was little, like, everyone is special, everyone is special, everyone is special. And it's taken me a long time to like really, really learn that like everyone has something to offer. And that's kind of crazy. Like, I always used to think, oh, that's just something they tell little kids to make them feel important. And then when you grow up, you realize, oh, there is profound meaning behind that. Like, everyone has something important to offer and to bring to the table, whether it be like an amazing sense of humor, a really good working knowledge of like building things, or maybe you have really good ethics and you're really good at giving people advice and making decisions. Like people have something important to offer. And I'm not even just talking about physical traits because I truly don't believe that your physical appearance is important. And in fact, I think that we as a society, at least the society I am in, we put so much importance on the way that people look. And I've been saying this a lot as a woman, especially, like, your body is not the most special thing about you. And I could say it 100 times a day. Your body is not the most special thing about you. Your appearance is not the most special thing about you. Like, I have a friend who is single, and she was talking to me about how she's not a skinny girl, and she was talking to me about how she thinks that no man really wants a bigger girl. Like, no, they don't. And I stepped back and I thought, man, I don't even think about that. Like I'm in a happy relationship right now, and all I could think was, I really don't think about physical appearance, and I don't think my partner does either. Like I don't think that that was the biggest criteria for us falling in love. It really wasn't. I mean, when you fall in love with the soul. You fall in love with a person. You fall in love with a personality and like a being, not just a physical, superficial like person. You fall in love with someone because of who they are. And I know that sounds super duper cheesy, and I apologize, but I truly believe that. Um, and it's super hard for me because I just like we place so much pressure on physical appearances and physical beauties, and like I as a person I go around and I think like I see so many beautiful things in people. I see so many special, amazing, and beautiful things in people, and I've learned that it's important to say them. Like, it really is. Because when I give people some compliments, sometimes they'll look at me and be like, no one has ever said that to me before. And I'll think, that's like the most apparent thing to me when I think of you or look at you or talk to you. It's like the most apparent thing about you. Um, for example, if you tell someone that they're super, super compassionate and they're like, no one has ever said that about me, that's how you know that they're seeing you. And like that, when someone gives you a compliment like that, you know, wow, like people realize that I have worth and that I'm bringing something to the table. When someone sees something in you. And myself, the thing I value the most in myself is probably that I'm empathetic. Honestly, definitely the thing I value the most about myself is that I'm empathetic. And the few people in my life who have said that to me have said, you're really empathetic, or you're such a supportive, like caring person. Those are the most meaningful words people have ever spoken to me. 100%. When someone says something that speaks to like what I feel is the most important thing and the thing I care the most about myself, that's like the most amazing feeling. So basically, what I'm saying is when you see something beautiful in someone, tell them. Like, just say it. It doesn't have to be a physical trait. It can be, I really appreciate that when I'm upset, you're always here to listen to me. Or I really appreciate that you can always make me laugh. Or I love that when we go shopping, you're always really supportive. Like, silly little things like that literally can make someone feel so good about themselves. So good about themselves. When you see something about someone that's profound and meaningful to you, say it. And it doesn't have to be like the essence of who they are, but just something that you see in them and you admire. And it can be physical if you want it to be, if that's what you're seeing. I mean, I tell people all the time like, "Oh my gosh, you are so beautiful. You are so pretty." Um because I think that I get it as a woman. You don't feel like you're pretty. Even if you are. Like I have a friend who to the rest of the world it is so obvious that she is gorgeous. Like I think, what is it like to walk around and know that you are just beautiful? When we used to work together, and people would ask her all the time if she had representation because they assumed she was a model, and she wasn't. Um, and then I got to know her, and when I first met her, I thought she was just, the standard beautiful girl, maybe. And I think I automatically kind of judged her a little bit and assumed that she was, that the most special thing about her was that she was beautiful. And when I got to know her, I realized that she was like an amazing person. Um, she was very smart. She's very like logical and good at making decisions. She's very straightforward and she cares so much about a lot of things. And I think like the big thing about this is that she doesn't wake up every day and think, I'm so beautiful, I'm so pretty, and everyone knows it. God, no. Not at all. She's got her own insecurities for sure. And that just goes to show that, like, even the people that we think are beautiful and they must know it, they don't. They really don't. Like, when you see something really special in someone and you think, oh, they must know that I know that, they know. They know that I think they're pretty. They know that I think they're smart. They know that I think they're hardworking, that they're kind. They know it. Like, it's so obvious. It's not. It's not to them. Like I said, the people who give me compliments or tell me things and make observations about me that are profound and meaningful to me, I don't know that they know that. I don't know that they think that. I don't know that they see that in me. Like, so to hear it is amazing. It's so special. So, I've been now more lately in my life trying really hard when I see something in someone that I care about, that I admire, I tell them because I want them to know. Like, a friend who is a really good advocate for herself or, whatever. I'm like, I tell them, like, thank you. Thank you for standing up for women. Thank you for standing up for maybe people with PKU, for example. I have a friend whose son has a disorder kind of like PKU, but it's fat. He can't have fat. And she will call herself all the time, she calls herself a mama bear. And it's people like her where I just want to say, like, that matters. Like, the fact that you fight so hard for your son matters. Like, that makes you special. It makes you important, and it's beautiful, and I love that about you. Like, you don't have to get all mushy gushy. I'm a really straightforward, emotionally kind of person. Like, I tell people what's in my heart, and I wasn't always that way at all. But that's the kind of person that I am. But if that's not kind of language you speak your own language. If it's just like, man, you look so good today, or thanks for coming, it's good to see you. Even that is enough. Just saying, like, I'm really happy to see you today. Like, it was really good getting together today. Like, I enjoyed talking to you. That kind of thing. Just to let people know, like, they have meaning to you. They matter to you. Like, literally just, that's honestly, in my opinion, sometimes a better thing to say than, like, especially given the context, in certain context, it's a much better way to say, like, you matter to me, rather than saying, oh my gosh, you look so good today, saying, it's really good to see you. Like, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for coming here to spend time with me. Like, I always say that if I meet a friend somewhere or if they come closer. I live far away from a lot of my friends and family, so if they come closer to me, I'll always tell them, like, thank you for coming all this way to see me. Thanks for meeting with me. Thanks for hanging out. Like, I really enjoy seeing you. And I realize that I'm being pretty redundant right now, but I really want people to think about this and reflect on this because I think it's really important. Like, tell people that they matter to you. Tell people that you care about them because it might mean the world to them. I'm a person also who's been in very dark places in my life where I've felt very unimportant. And, like, the last thing in the world I would think about is myself. And I've been in places where I had such low self-esteem and such, like, severe depression that if someone had told me that I mattered to them, it would make my life. Like, it seriously would. So you don't know what kind of place someone's in their minds or in their hearts. Like, they might be somewhere really dark and you have no idea. And it sounds silly, but it's very easy to just assume that everyone's okay. It's very easy to just assume that your friend is fine. Like, oh yeah, they've got a job, they've got a house, they're okay. It's so easy, and we all do it. We all assume that, everyone is doing well and happy, at least to some extent, not with everyone, but it's important to take a step back and remember that we're all human and we all go through hard times. Everyone is struggling with something, whether it's, something they're struggling with a lot at the moment or just something that's maybe an ongoing internal battle for them. Everyone struggles in some way. So it's really important to, like, when you're thinking of someone, text them, call them, let them know. I have a friend who I went to beauty school with like 5 years ago, and we still stay in touch. And I think of her as like my soul sister because even though we don't talk a lot and we live very different lives, she's a bit older than me and she has 5 kids, and she's different than me, but I think that like something about her and her heart and the way that she is, she's also a very empathetic person. And a few weeks ago, I was thinking about her, and I saw something and I sent it to her because it made me think of her. I like took a picture of it and sent it, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of you. I just saw this and I needed to send it to you." And she told me, she responded with like something about, "Oh my gosh, this just came at the perfect time. Thank you. This just completely made my day. This is so kind." Like something, the main gist of it was that it came at the right time, was her point. Like she really needed it that day. She needed to know that someone was thinking of her. And a lot of us have days like that. So when someone, comes into your life and says something like that to you, like it's such a blessing and it's so important and it's so human. Like it matters and it's wonderful. So I just I want you to, if you're watching this video right now, I want you to remember, number one, that there's something beautiful in you, and number two, there's something beautiful in everyone else. There is something special about all the people in this world. And number three, I want you to think of someone in your life. Maybe it's someone who's already like in the back of your mind. And I want you to give them a call, send them a text. It can be something really simple. Like you can just send them a meme and be like, thinking of you. Especially right now. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but right now we're dealing with the global virus, the coronavirus, and it's very difficult and it's very stressful. And a lot of people are doing, their best, but a lot of people are really struggling right now. And even when all this passes and hopefully things go back to normal and everything is okay, I still want you to remember this and practice it. But especially right now, it's really important to check in on people and just let them know, hey, I'm thinking of you. But yeah, I want you to, number three, think of someone and send them a message, send them a text, give them a call, and just say, hey, I'm thinking of you. Or, hey, how's it going? How are you doing? Like even just those little things will make them remember like, oh yeah, I matter to someone. Yeah, so take care today. I know this was a bit of a redundant video, but I'm bored out of my skull right now. I'm on day 6 without work and week 3 without school, so I'm bored out of my mind. And I just thought I'd sit here and rant for a little while you guys listen, because I'm bored of reading. Anyway, everyone, please take care. Leave me a comment. Make some video topic suggestions. I'd love to hear them. I know that this is a PKU mainly kind of following, so I want to talk more about PKU, but I'm happy to talk about anything that comes to your mind. So leave me a message, like, subscribe, share my content. Something that actually really helps is if you like one of my videos, sharing it on Facebook, on maybe your Instagram story or something. If you like my videos, please share them, because that actually really helps get them out there. But anyway, thanks so much for listening. Like, I really appreciate you guys being here and taking time out of your day to watch this video. Anyway, thank you. Take care. Have a wonderful day and hug the people you love real tight today.